Hello! Welcome! I'm making this video really quickly to look at Trip Skip, the stuff involved, the two different parts, and how to navigate those and try and get some shred of consistency to it. So I'm going to explain the three different parts. The first part is setting up your quick save for the first one. Then the second part is actually doing the first skip, alright? And then the very last part is going to be the setup and doing the second one. Awesome. Alright, so let's reload the level. So here we have the level, and when you set this up, you want to hug that corner, right? And notice how you want to be in line with that, like, edge of that small little uprised platform thingy. So let's show this again. So you're coming down the ramp, and so I hug that edge. Notice where my mouse cursor is, right? It's over here. You're going to want to then realign your mouse cursor with this part, okay? And set up your save. And so I do that immediately. You want to make sure you set up your save file far enough away. The reason is because when you quick load, what's going to happen is you're going to do this little bobble thing, and if you're too close, it makes it nearly impossible because you're bouncing off the ground, and you can only turn effectively if you have traction on the ground. And if you do the bobble on the platform part, you lose traction, right? So that's a nightmare to deal with. So make sure you set up your save far enough away from this ramp. Then, of course, you boost and turn. The other aspect of this is you want to actually set this up quickly, right? You want to set this up quickly. Because as we come down this ramp, right, if we take our time, what can happen is that guy who just died in a fiery explosion can actually get in your way and cut you off. So notice, let's see if I can actually show that. It's going to be slightly difficult to do. Okay. Yeah, see how he hooked out in front of me there? If you set it up too slowly, he's going to hook out and run into you each time you quick load. You don't want that, right? Because that's going to completely ruin everything. And so with the trick itself, I do two things. I either try and run into that mountain there, or I try to fly into the tower. So either this mountain or the tower. The reason is just because it's extremely versatile. The only tricky thing is if you hit sort of that pocket. And this is not good. If you hit the base of the wall, it is no longer good. It is no longer effective. So I always make sure to jump off my bike right before the bike hits the wall. Okay. And you can sort of see the different iterations on your own time. So now let's go to the final part, which is the second part of Trip Skip. So with this, I like to go directly through this hole here, okay? Oops, oh no. Oh god, I have a canker sore and it's fucking huge. Alright, here we go. So sometimes you'll be able to bring your bike over here like I did here and keep it. That's great if you can do that. But I want to show this from the normal setup. Alright. What I like to do is just drive straight through here. There's a chance you can. It's actually a bad setup. So let's see if I can fly back up here. Okay. So we're going to come in here. Alright. So we fly directly out of this wall. Okay. And then we drive straight. And right before we hit the cliff, we look over here. A nice way to line up with this is that if you look directly back at the floor, you should be in line with this little sort of sidewall to the ramp, okay? Then, where I aim my cursor is right around in this region, right around this region. The most important thing is that you want to make sure that you're turning the mouse sort of the same every single time. So if you have a comfort zone with how you slide your mouse over when you go to do the curve right before you boost off, if you have something that's most comfortable, adjust this. Adjust the setup so it's comfortable. So maybe you like to turn your mouse more, okay, then have your cursor over here, right? Or maybe you like to turn it a lot less, so bring it over here into the center. Never really bring it over here, that's just really bad, you're not going to get enough speed. And usually over here on is a really safe bet, okay? And if you really like turning it really, really sharp, bring your bike out a little bit more away from this cliff edge and aim in towards this mountain, which is the normal setup, okay? I like to do it just a little bit, so boop, we're going to set the quick save. And right here is sort of the sweet spot. That's what you want to aim for, because that will keep you popping up to this cliff ledge, okay? So, different things that can happen is if you go too far to the right, notice how the bike on the descent is starting to slide to the right. This means that you're going to do this every single time. The bike starts sliding to the right, unless the angle of the bike is very specific. So let's see if I can actually show that. No. And usually, so this is why I'm not showing it, right? It's because you have to, I have a pretty high sensitivity as far as people who speedrun this game, so this is why I don't like turning my mouse a lot. So notice how I was still kind of in the center, okay? The other thing that can happen is you turn your mouse too far, in which case you'll just jump forward. And that one's a pretty easy one to tell, right? So you'll see yourself jutting forward, and that's just instant game over. There's no redemption from that. So it's better to turn your mouse too little than it is too much, okay? Awesome. That being said, sort of the sweet spot is like right in the center. I missed it there, right there, right there. That's the sweet spot right there. That's it. That's it. Okay? That's it. That's the spot. That's the angle you want. That being said, in order to hit that nice little pocket angle, because it is a very, like, narrow angle as far as, like, angles that you can boost into it with, some speedrunners like to quick save, then force speed. Do not force speed on a quick save. And then this helps them get the angle. I don't do this. I've never really practiced it, so I'm not really going to get it. But make sure you do not quick save after, otherwise this chunky thing will happen. So make sure you wait a second, then force speed, mount the bike, and then go. Notice how it's very smooth, very smooth, very smooth. If you get on a bike and if you force speed, get on the bike, and then quick save, alright, this is fine, right? But, oh no, I slightly missed it. Well, now guess what? Now it's just like super, super chunky. Still was able to make it. But yeah, so force speed can really help you get that angle. But that's the setup I like to use. I hope that was helpful. I hope this was helpful. And then from here, I can actually just show you post-trip really quickly. So the first thing, jumping up this side doesn't really help. But here, jumping does help with that one. This is a good jump to practice. Because if you hit this first try, you do save a bit of time. Then you want to go to the right of this edge, okay? And then I catch a boost up here, and we're going to go up to this corner, right? We're going to go to this corner. Then we're going to jump to the right and boost, catch a boost here, and catch a boost here to throw us forward, okay? And then we catch two boosts like this, okay? This can actually be done a lot better. So let's show that, okay? Whoops. One more try, and then I'm just gonna close out this video. Okay, this is okay. No it's not. Alright, one more try. That's okay. Yeah, boom. Let's just close the video.